How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Gaza's Koi Pond. I am just in the process, literally just, excuse the wind because there's a bit breezy. I'm just in the process, managed to get the lawn cut before it peed it down. But I'm just in the process of giving the filter system a clean down. So I thought I'd let you guys basically have a quick look and see how we go about doing it. Pond's looking crystal clear, a little bit of a tinge to it, but at the present we're not doing too bad. Filter system is just topping back up from its first boil down. The air is blowing and bubbling away in this one, and it is bubbling away in this one, and it is bubbling away in this one. But what I have done is just give it a drain down for the first clean. I'm now just getting it set up and ready for the second. So once these barrels are all filled back up, I'm going to leave them to boil for 20 minutes or so. Once they've all boiled away for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to drop the water out by a series of first chamber, second chamber, third chamber. So in doing so, obviously you can see the pond level has dropped a little bit, and I will be giving it then a 10 to 15, possibly pushing close to 20% water change, which hopefully will remove a little bit of the tannins which I'm getting from the food, but I'm not complaining about that. I can live with that. There is no mess on the bottom at all. Bottom of the pond's crystal clear. Super happy with the bottom drain that I put in. If anybody has a pump fed system and you're thinking about it, my advice is go for it, because they make one hell of a difference. The lilies are going like crazy. Lovely flower opened up there. Nice beautiful flower. Another one to come here, and another one coming there. I'm hoping that's going to be another one of the pink ones, but this one looks like it's going to be a white one. There are more lily leaves coming up, which is going to fill this little gap in. There's more over there that are all coming up too. So it's going to be good coverage, but I do have one or two that are looking a bit scraggly that need to be removed before they start dying back and then floating around on the pond surface. So whilst we've got this filter cleaning and filling back up and topping back up, once it's all back up and running again, there we go, they're all full, that one's full, that one's full. I'm going to shut down the pump. I mean, it does have a pause button there, so I'm going to leave that, because if you're not quick enough, this is only a 10-minute pause. So if I don't get it cleaned down and cleaned up in that 10 minutes, then obviously it kicks back in again, and then I'm going to be flushing mucky water back out and into the pond. So I'll leave them now. This one will just drain itself down so it's below the exit. This one here. This one will drain itself down. These ones have all got the taps open there, so they're getting a good boil up. Once they finish boiling up, I'll be draining the system down, emptying them out, flushing them out, and then we'll start with a retop, topping them back up. So once this has stopped running, it's slowing down now. Once that stops running, then I'll be switching this second area there, I'll be switching those ones off and giving these filters a clean in the other system as well. And I've decided, guys, for now, I'm going to leave that one for the time when I actually do decide on extending the pond, which I'm not 100% sure just as of yet when I'm going to do it, but it is going to be coming. Whether it be this year or whether I push it into next season, I haven't made my mind up yet 100%, but that filter system will be the one. Sorry, it's just behind all these plum trees. Oh, we've got a few plums growing on there as well. Seem to be quite a few. Another one down here. First time it's really fruited, but it's more just coverage for the filter system, so you can't really see it all, so I'm not all that bothered. I'm going to keep this one active and running. At the moment it's just on a quick circulation. It literally takes it out from this bottom corner and feeds it back in, so technically it's only really acting as a polisher. The main work is being done by the bottom drain. This one's just circulation, but just to keep everything up ticking and running should I do choose to do it this year. The main reason why I might not be doing it this year is I don't have very many holidays left. with the trips and few bits and bats and other breaks that I've had from work, I have very few holidays left, and I don't know if that'll be enough to actually get the system and the pond all finished and built. There we go. It's almost stopped running now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this valve off. That one's draining ready. Open this one, drain that one down. It's had a good boil. This is obviously the second clean. Drain that system off. Now, the only reason why you can see all these bits of string is I've just tied all these bags up so that when I do a real deep clean, I can lift these bags out, drop them down into a gorilla tub, one of those tubs there, drop them into a gorilla tub of pond water, give them a good wash off and place them back in. But I do that every couple of weeks. But when I'm just doing a partial clean, I just boil it up for half an hour, then empty it out. Once that's emptied out, then I'll refill them all again, boil them up for a second time, and then drain them down. This one now is bubbling and boiling away. This is the only downside, because I do get a lot of static bit here that doesn't move around too much, then the water level drops off below the outtake pipe. So this is the second boil, and it does get moving if I jiggle this around and move it to a different position. Yeah, still. There we go. Place there. Now that will get turning up, boiling up, leave that there boiling away. This one's boiling away, and then what I do on this one also do after on the second week is I take these off, I give them a good thorough clean, and then I put them all back in. So I'll get back to you in a tick when this is completely drained down. And probably see if we can get a bit more on it there. That one's completely empty now. So we'll close that one off. We'll open up the second one. We'll drain down this one. Second boil up on this one as well. And then we will drain down the first one. Once I stop hearing the water running. Little spider there, making his way down the airline, catching all the little flies in here from the dreaded filters, bugs, which don't be going in there, fella, you'll be, oh shine. No, that's it, you won't be catching no more, you won't be catching any more flies, not living in that body of water. There we go. That's it, I can't hear any more. Water passing through there. We'll close that one down, open this one up, and drain this fully down. And then that is the full system clean down of what I do as a partial clean down. Next weekend I'll remove these, and I'll remove these ones, the bags of media in there, give them a swill off in pond water because I want to keep the beneficial bacteria. These ones are mechanical, so I'm not bothered about any beneficial bacteria on that one. And then obviously we've got the moving bed, and we need to get, once this is completely drained, still running a little bit. Once that's completely drained down, then we will, there you go, that's it, just gurgle the last bit through. So I'll shut this one down, plug the pump back in, and we'll open up this, and there you go. First barrel is filling back up. You can hear the water flowing back in again there. And now I can shut down the air to the first barrel, this one, and the air to this one, leaving the air on the moving bed running, and we'll get the system filled back up. Simple, and seems to be working quite well. Well, get back to you in a tick when this is topped back up. There you go. As you can see, it drops the pond for a two barrel system flush. It's actually dropping the pond by just shy of probably, they're 100 litre barrel, but obviously they're not filled to the top. So I'm going to say it's probably taking out 90 to 80 litres per barrel. So we're getting like a 560 litre water change if I do a double clean. So it's dropped it about a good, I'd say a good 5 to 6 inch. And we're topping back up now, just behind the plants there. First barrel's filled back up, second barrel's now running. And the third barrel should be filling back up. Moving beds boiling back over again. Nice turnover on it. A nice steady boil. Hopefully this barrel is now starting to, I can't feel it yet, but yeah, feels like the water's now starting to come from this one into this one and topping this one back up. And then it's just the top up of the main pond. Lily's getting nudged around a little bit over there then. All the fish loving the new water going in. Drop this down. While we get everything balanced back out. So there you go guys, that's pretty much it. This barrel is now up and full. System's all back up and running. So there you go, that's how I do the 3-barrel filter system clean down. It gets that every week. Doesn't always get a double boil up, it depends just how or whether or not it requires it or it needs it. Excuse me, still got a little bit of a tickle to my throat, but the filter system seems to be running pretty well and working pretty well. It gets a good partial water change and everything seems to be doing well. Plants are growing nice in the pond, lilies are doing good, fish are feeding well, fish are growing as you've seen on the last video. I'm hoping that I'm starting to get good growth on all the fish, so fingers crossed. I'll just spin this back round again. So there you go guys, you can see this barrel's running, goes over and into this one. That's one thing that's annoying me, the little temperature gauge that I've got, it don't like sticking to the inside of the tank, but it still stays in the water, it's not an issue really, but it'd be better if I could get it to stay on the side of the water like that, but it just keeps dropping off, it's no big deal. Put that lid back on. Inside pond temperatures is 18.9 degrees, which marries up perfectly with the one outside. Nice steady boil on this one, so we can get that one closed back up. Oh, I do believe that was the lid from the first one, that just slipped down there. This one is topped back up and it's literally just down about, put my fingers in there, the first inch of these jack matting and actually in the water, but the rest of it is, because obviously the level only comes up to here, so the top little bit of the jack matting is kind of just not submerged, but there is another whole layer of 4 down here, and then the other one's up here, so it filters, comes in through the side, forced down to the bottom of the barrel with an angled elbow, which then flows up and through the jack matting, and then as it gets to this surface, as it comes up and rises across down this pipe into the moving bed, from the moving bed into the static mechanic or biological, which is bags of alpha grog and I forgot what they call this stuff, biohouse media. So they're all bagged up in there so that they're nice and easy to grab, nice and easy to clean off. Take them out when I do in a pond of a bucket of pond water, give them a good swill off, pop them back in. But I do that every second week, and they just get a general wash down and boil up every week. Now the next one is to shut down this one and give these ones a clean off. And then also underneath here, where I have the final polishing stage one in there, I'll be taking them off, but you've seen how I do those before. I just basically take them out, give them a jet wash off and bang them back in. We don't need to keep repeating ourselves and showing the same thing time and time again. But as you can see, fish are doing good. Water quality is a lot better. There's the 2 new ones. Let's see if we can get them on camera. The 2 new Macashiogons just down there, only tiddlers. But hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll start to grow. They'll start to grow. Little fellas, but they will grow. So there's the 2 new ones. They're getting a little bit more braver and coming out now with the others. But I know they're definitely getting some food because there is an equal mix. Well, not an equal mix. There are sinking pellets and floating pellets in them, in the mix of food that I'm using, which I really am glad I changed the brand of food that I was feeding and got rid of that other stuff, because the fish are loving this. Let's see if we can get them to come up and have a bit of a feed. And we are switched on to it pretty quick normally. There we go. So even with the water change and even with the filter clean, they are not bothered one bit. Get the pond top back up, let these guys enjoy the food, and hopefully we'll get to see those little ones get a bit. I have been watching them down here at the edge, the water's edge just down here at the side of the lilies, and I've been throwing a little bit towards the back over there for the sinking pellets that drop, so that they can definitely get some. I have seen them eating, so, oh, in fact, there's one here in the mix with them all. There he is, just down there. So they're obviously going for the sinking stuff, in with the mix with the big ones, which is pretty good to see. Hopefully, in a couple more days, they'll be coming to the top with the rest to feed with them all. And getting some of the rest of it. You can see he's there down there now, just underneath this one. Getting his fair share of food. Hopefully, we see as good a results with the 2 Macashis as what I have with the, there he is. See if you can see with the Asaga. Wherever he just disappeared to. Whenever you try catch them on camera, they always do one. And we'll let them enjoy that. Proper happy with them now at the moment. They're all doing really good. Pond's doing really well. Conditions are all good. Water parameters are all nice. There was the Asaga then, just came up to the top. Oh, this is what I'm saying. Look how the black seems to be fading on that one now. all the black patterning it had on its side seems to be dropping off. I'm going to put that down to the food. Not being a colour enhancing food, the black pigmentation that came up seems to be dispersing, which is good. I'm super happy about that. It's definitely fading off, it is for sure. One of the Macashies just went down the back side there then. They're only tiny little fellas. They are only about 7 cm. Hopefully we'll get a bit of size to them quick and start to catch up a little bit with some of the others. Right, we'll leave these guys to enjoy their, well, what time are we on now? Just after 1:30 in the afternoon, Sunday. So we'll see how they go. We'll have a quick check. Outside temperature is 28. 28.8. Great big wet handprints everywhere on filter system. 23.9 inside the shed, and inside the pond 18.7 degrees. So far so good. Happy. Nice easy clean down of the filter system. That's what I wanted to make it, so it were a little easier for cleaning. And the job seems to be doing great. I'm happy with the filter system. Alright, the one thing I would, confession, I might be changing this from a 2-inch outlet to a 3-inch outlet. If I were going to redo it again, I would have made these all 3-inch pipes so that the flow got out that little bit faster. But, as they always say, the longer the dwelling time in your filter system, the more benefits you're getting from it. So it's not always a good thing for it to be flying through too fast. The other one is this bracket on the underside of here might be getting moved over to about here, and this shelf might be becoming a bit smaller so I can get to access the top of this one, because it's a real pain in the ass. But that's obviously, that's not a filter design fault, that's my shelf build issue. Trying to give myself a nice big shelf, I've made it really difficult to get the jack mine in and out, but it's doable. I've just got to bend it a little bit to get it in and out, which is, you know, it's not that hard to do, but it would certainly be easier if I could do it with a clearer access to the top and just drop it in as I need to when I'm cleaning them. But other than that, I ain't got no complaints about it. System works well, looks nice, neat and tidy. Job's a good one. Yeah, so like I said guys, there may be a slight alteration. The only alteration that I'm going to try first is on the main pipe, this one. On the main pipe coming out, I'm thinking I might change this 2-inch bulkhead to a 3-inch bulkhead. And that way then, stepping it down from a 3-inch into a 2-inch to reconnect back up, so that the water can get out that little bit faster. Because this plastic pipe here, it's only trickling out of it. As you can see, I'll show you. The pipe is not emptying or flowing out completely, you know, full on. So I think, and maybe what might be needed is to take this out, make a 3-inch and follow through with a 3-inch waste out, return back to the pond so that it empties out that bit faster, so I get a little bit more turnover and flow back into the pond. But other than that, I mean, it's what, maybe another 15 quid's worth of pipe and a couple of elbows and one bulkhead connector to a 3-inch. That would be the first place I would start and change if I'm going to change anything. If I was going to build it again, I would definitely stick with the 1.5 inch coming in and step up to a 3-inch out, and a 3-inch return. I'm going to try the 3-inch return first and see if that makes an improvement, by which this is just tinkering, guys. It's something I made myself, and it's running perfectly fine. It's doing its job and it's cleaning everything as I want it to, but I want to see if I can get a slightly faster return back to the pond, just so I can get a bit more flow, because the fish are enjoying it. They're certainly enjoying coming up and swimming up against that flow. And the other thing is, after Kyle came up the other week, I was talking about perhaps maybe making these 3 pipes into straight returns like that as well, so that it creates more flow across the pond in a jet, so to speak. I know it's not jetting, but so that instead of the movement going down straight into the water column like that, it's moving it across and then causing a circulation in the pond. Because the water is moving, it does circulate. So, it's a couple of other ideas I'm having. The other idea is my float valve. I'm thinking about taking that out, lifting it up, banging it on side, masking it off a little bit, giving that a sand bath and spraying that up black, because I don't like looking at the blue thing. It annoys me every time I look at it. I'm happy I've got it, but I also need to wire in the main pump to that one as well. But again, it's just having the time to get these little jobs that we all have to do done. I do need to take that plant out there and get rid of that, because it's grown through the side here like these, and that one's shot off across underneath there, so I'm going to snip that off and get rid of that, pull it back through. Get these little bits of lily pads off and clean up some of these old dead ones. So guys, usual thing, if you're enjoying this kind of content, if you could do me a huge favour, like, share, subscribe and tell a friend. Thanks very much to all the new subscribers. The numbers are rising, but one thing I have touched on the last time in the last video, there are a lot of people that come back, watch week in, week out, that returning viewers. You could do me a huge favour, guys. If you're coming back and you're returning and enjoying what you're watching, give us that sub. It is absolutely free. You will not get bombarded with anything through in any way, shape or form. The only thing that you will get is a push notification to tell you when I've dropped a video. And if you're interested in watching them and you want to know that they're coming, ring that bell. Share it with a friend. Until next time, guys. Catch you all soon. Take it easy. Keep smiling.